Hello and welcome to the lesson. The idea that we are going to learn in this lesson is how to attack your opponent using open file. In this position we are black, and if we can manage to open these files, then it will be easy for us to attack the opponent's king. The files that are leading to the opponent's king, if these files become open, then we can put our rooks on these files and attack the opponent's king. This game was played by one of my students, and in this position he played pawn to b5, sacrificing a pawn. His opponent did not take the pawn and played bishop to g5, and my student played bishop to e6, just developing a piece and still offering this pawn. See if the opponent takes it. And now white played c cross b5. Now the b file has become a semi-open file. We can put our rooks and queen there and point them toward the opponent's king. And here he played pawn to a6, offering one more pawn. After b cross a6, now you can see we can use these two files to attack the opponent's king. So now we play queen to b6. Our threat is to play rook fb8 and attack on the b2 square. White played pawn to b3, and now black played knight e4. After queen e3 he exchanged the bishop and then played pawn to d5. Idea is to play pawn to c4 so that black can play queen cross a6 and then attack on the a file. White played knight cross e6, f cross e6, and here white played rook e1. White is putting pressure on this weak backward pawn. So now we play rook f6, protecting it. White played pawn to g4. White wants to play pawn to g5 to attack our rook. And here black played queen to a5 to attack the a2 pawn. Black played king b1 and defended it. And now we want to play rook to a6 so that in the next move we can play queen cross a2 check. But the problem is this bishop is guarding this pawn. So black played pawn c4. Now the bishop can no longer guard the a6 pawn. If white plays a move like pawn g5, then after rook f7, queen cross e6. Black can play rook cross a6, queen c8 check, bishop f8, and now white has to defend the a2 pawn, and white also has to defend the e1 rook. So white is lost in this position. That's why here white directly played a4. After rook cross a6, white played pawn g5. And here black has a shocking move. We would like to play a move like queen cross e1. Right now the queen is defending it. So here my student played rook f3, sacrificing the rook so that after queen cross f3, then he played queen cross e1 check. Now the queen is attacking from the first rank. King a2, and now black played queen c1, threatening queen a3 check and also threatening queen to c2 check. So white played queen c3, defending it. If black wants, black can immediately go queen a3 check. But here first black played rook b6, putting more pressure on the b3 pawn. And the queen is also pinning this bishop. So white played bishop to g2, attacking this queen and unpinning his bishop. Now we play queen a3 check, king b1. Now you see the advantage of having an open file that is pointing toward the opponent's king. Our rook is attacking the king, and here we can play c cross b3. After c cross b3 we play rook cross b3 check, winning the queen immediately. Queen cross b3, queen cross b3. And this position is completely winning. So my student managed to win the game easily. Now let's see this idea in one more game. How we open the file and then we use our rooks to invade in opponent's territory. In this position, black played pawn to g5. Black's idea is to play g cross f4. After g cross f4, black will get an open file, and then black can put his rook on the open file and attack on the white's king. If white plays f cross g5, then it becomes easier for black to attack. Here black can play knight c cross e5, and the plan is simple: exchange the bishops, then play queen b7 check, and black can also play h cross g5 to open the h file. That's why here white played knight f2. Black played g cross f4, g cross f4. Black has managed to open the g file, and now white's king is vulnerable. Black first played bishop e7, knight e4, and now black played rook to g8, putting his rook on the open file. White played rook a d1. Look, white does not have any open file that is pointing toward our king. So our king is completely safe. And now we play pawn to f5, removing this knight from the center. If white plays knight d6 check, then after bishop cross d6, e cross d6. And here black can play rook cross g2 check. Black does not even need to defend the queen. After king cross g2, now black can play knight to e5 check. King f2, black can play knight g4 check, king e1, or white can also play king to g1, but we play the same move. We play knight cross e3, attacking the queen. If white captures our queen, then we capture opponent's queen. And if white plays queen d3, then we give this check and we also save our queen. White's king is very vulnerable in this position. Next, we can try to bring our rook and try to attack the d6 pawn also. That's why in this position, white played e cross f6, knight cross f6, and white played knight to g3, improving his knight. This knight is also blocking this file. So we want to get rid of this g3 knight. So we play pawn to h5. We want to play pawn to h4 and force this g3 knight to move away. White played knight cross c5. White managed to capture a pawn. Bishop cross c5, bishop cross e5. And now we play pawn to h4. If white plays a move like knight e2, then we can play pawn to h3, taking advantage of this open file. And here white is going to lose the bishop. So in this position, white played knight e4. White is threatening our knight. So here first we play knight cross e4. White will play queen cross e4. And now black has a fantastic move. Look, black's rook is already active on the g file, and b7 bishop is also pointing in the same direction. Black played knight d4, sacrificing his knight. Black is attacking the white's queen, and if white plays queen cross b7, then black plays queen cross b7, and the white bishop cannot capture the queen because it is pinned on the g file. And let's say white plays queen e1, protecting his queen. Then we play rook cross g2 check, and we can bring our rook back, rook g3 check. Our bishop is giving a discovered attack on the white's king, and it's checkmate. White can delay the checkmate by 2 moves, but white cannot stop the checkmate. Game over. Having an open file is a big advantage because then we can put our rook on the open file and attack on the opponent's king. That's it for this lesson. Now let's go to the next lesson.